Here, you are asked to write a full description to the given bar chart, and I think you remember this bar chart now. Now, full description, you have to compile your paragraphs that you have written earlier, the introduction, body, and conclusion. Put them together to make a full description of this bar chart. Now, I'll show you a sample piece of writing on this bar chart. You compare it to what you have written. This is the introduction. The bar chart illustrates. Remember this phrase, we said that you have to give the name of the graph. The name here is bar chart. So the bar chart, and we have to use a verb in the present form, illustrates. Now, what does it illustrate? The percentage of people who use social networking sites in Canada in 2014 and 2015. And this information you can get from the bar chart itself, the elements I told you about, the title, the key, the horizontal and vertical axis. So this is the first sentence, and you can take it from the elements mentioned in the bar chart. We said that you need to include a general idea. This is the general idea, in general. So in general, it can be observed that there was a growing tendency to use more than one site between the 2 years. You see, a general tendency, not specific. I insist on that. Don't write specific ideas in the introduction. Okay, so he is comparing all the sites in both years together. All right. Now, this is the body. In the body, we said that you have to include at least 2 ideas based on the number of words you managed to accomplish. So here I made it clear. I wrote first 2 ideas with examples, and at the bottom you see this pink color. There is another idea here. If you need to include a third idea, then this could be included. So in that case, we will be 3 ideas, not only 2. So let's start from the beginning. One important thing to notice is that, you remember, this is one of the phrases that we talked about. So you have to start your body paragraph with a phrase like that. So what is that? A high percentage of internet users did not use any social networking sites in either of the years. All right. So here he is talking about a specific idea, the specific idea of those people who did not use any social networking sites. And you can look at the bar chart and see that it is the first one on the left. Now we have to give the example. We said that we introduce an idea, then after that we have to include an example. For example, this is the phrase that we have to use. For example, the proportion in this category in both years was just above 20%. Now, the first idea with the example finished here. We said that you can write the second idea in the same paragraph, or you can separate it in another paragraph. It's up to you. Now, another important thing to notice is that this is the phrase, again, we said that you can use to introduce another idea. So, another important thing to notice is that the majority of internet users in both years prefer to use one social networking site. He is talking about using one social networking. Again, this is a specific idea. Now, what is the example for that? For instance, we use another phrase to introduce an example. For instance, 30%, 36% of the users in 2014 and 28% of the users in 2015 used one social networking site. And now here we finished 2 ideas with 2 examples. As I said, if you feel that the number might not reach up to 150 words, then you can include a third idea, and this is another idea. So look at the phrase that we use to introduce a third idea. What is more? So here, what is more, you can use, or in addition, furthermore, and so there are certain phrases you can use to add ideas. So, what is more, the least percentage of internet users in both years were for those who used 5 sites. So here he is talking about another specific idea, 5 sites. The example, again, we use for example here. You see, here in the first idea we used for example, in the second idea we used for instance. Now we can use for example again, maybe because there are no other phrases to introduce examples other than these two. So for example, 2% of the users in 2014 and 4% of the users in 2015 used 5 social networking sites. Now, the conclusion. In conclusion, in both years, the proportion, again, look at the phrase, in conclusion. In both years, the proportion of internet users decreased as the number of social networking sites increased. You see, it is not a specific idea. He is talking about a general idea. No specific number of sites mentioned here. He's talking about all the sites together. All right. Now, if you include the 3 ideas I mentioned earlier, the 3 ideas in the body paragraph, the number of words will be 181. If you exclude the last idea with its example, the number will be 142. So it's up to you. Yani the number could be 20, 30 words more, or 20, 30, or 10 here, 10 words less. It's up to you to do that.